Fast food may be cheap and convenient, but some chains take shortcuts you wouldn't believe. From pink slime to chemical additives banned overseas, these restaurants serve more than just burgers and fries. If you eat at these 5 chains, you might be paying with your health, and not just your wallet. Here are 5 fast food giants you should think twice about before ordering from again, and exactly why. 1. McDonald's. Engineered addiction and mystery ingredients. McDonald's is the world's most iconic fast food brand, serving over 69 million people daily. But the golden arches come with a darker side. While the company has made strides to improve transparency, many of its menu items are still heavily processed, loaded with preservatives and engineered for addiction. Their fries, for example, contain more than 10 ingredients, including dextrose, sugar, and beef flavoring even in vegetarian markets. The buns, enriched flour, high fructose corn syrup, and a slew of conditioners to keep them fresh. And the worst part? Their food is scientifically designed to create a bliss point, just the right mix of fat, sugar, and salt, to keep you coming back, not because you're hungry, but because your brain's reward center is being hijacked. Why to avoid? McDonald's food isn't just unhealthy, it's engineered for dependency. You're not craving food, you're craving a carefully crafted chemical formula. 2. Burger King. Low prices, lower quality. Burger King's flame-grilled marketing hides some unsavory truths. In 2023, they faced backlash over their Impossible Whopper, which was grilled on the same surface as meat unless requested otherwise, defeating the point for vegetarians and vegans. But even beyond that, Burger King's ingredient quality lags far behind competitors. Many of their menu items contain TBHQ, tertiary butyl hydroquinone, a petroleum-derived chemical used to preserve shelf life. It's banned in Japan and restricted in the EU due to potential cancer risk and links to ADHD in children. Then there's the sodium. Their triple Whopper packs over 1,200 calories and more than 1,500 milliliters of sodium, nearly your entire daily recommended amount in one sandwich. Why to avoid? Burger King often uses lower quality ingredients with additives banned in other countries, and their calorie bombs are wrapped in misleading marketing. 3. KFC, grease, MSG, and antibiotic overload. You might love the crispy crunch of Kentucky Fried Chicken, but what you're really biting into is a cocktail of grease, MSG, and drug-resistant bacteria. KFC has long been criticized for its heavy use of antibiotics in poultry, which contributes to the global crisis of antibiotic resistance. While they pledge to phase out certain drugs, progress has been slow and inconsistent, especially in international markets. Their original recipe chicken contains monosodium glutamate, MSG, which can trigger headaches, bloating, and other symptoms in sensitive individuals. And the breading? It's loaded with partially hydrogenated oils and preservatives that give it that addictive crunch, but wreak havoc on your cardiovascular system. Why to avoid? KFC's poultry practices and heavy chemical use turn comfort food into a slow-motion health hazard. 4. Jack in the Box. Food labs in disguise. Jack in the Box is notorious for pushing the boundaries of what fast food can be. Tacos filled with pasteurized processed cheese, mini churros, and deep-fried egg rolls. But behind the Funhouse menu is a list of ingredients that reads more like a science experiment than a recipe. Their tacos, a strange blend of beef and textured vegetable protein, TVP, filled into shells before shipping and then deep-fried frozen. Their burgers and sauces are loaded with propylene glycol, used in antifreeze, dimethylpolysiloxane, a silicone used in sealants, and artificial dyes. Back in 1993, Jack in the Box was responsible for one of the deadliest foodborne illness outbreaks in U.S. history, where undercooked meat led to 4 deaths and hundreds of illnesses. While their safety standards have improved, their ingredient list hasn't. Why to avoid? Jack in the Box prioritizes chemical-laden frankenfoods over quality, and it shows in every bite. 5. Sonic Drive-In. Sugar overload and empty calories. Sonic is known for its roller skating servers and carnival-style menu, but it's also one of the worst offenders when it comes to sugar overload and portion distortion. Their drinks alone are a health nightmare. A large Sonic slush can contain up to 145 grams of sugar, more than 3 times the daily recommended amount, And their food isn't much better. Mozzarella sticks, chili cheese tots, and bacon cheeseburgers loaded with refined oils, preservatives, and sodium-packed sauces. Worse, they rarely disclose specific ingredient breakdowns on their site. Transparency is limited, and nutritional info is often buried or outdated, leaving customers in the dark. Why to avoid? Sonic specializes in deep-fried, sugar-soaked meals with limited accountability. The sugar alone is enough to steer clear. More chains with red flags. Honorable or dishonorable mentions go to Popeyes, deep-fried everything, sky-high sodium, and little nutritional transparency. Arby's, their meats are mostly prepackaged and reconstituted with over 40 ingredients in a single sandwich. Little Caesars, ultra-processed meats, sugar in the crust, and greasy cheese that's more oil than dairy. The global standards test. Here's a question worth asking. Why do many of these chains serve cleaner versions of their food overseas? In the UK or the EU, you'll often find the same burger with fewer preservatives, no artificial dyes, and meat from animals raised without antibiotics. That's because other countries regulate food additives more strictly. So why not the US? Because it's still legal and profitable not to. The real cost of cheap food. Fast food is marketed as affordable. But what you're not paying at the counter, you're paying later. Here's how. Medical bills from diabetes, heart disease, or obesity-related issues. Mental health toll from mood-altering preservatives and artificial sweeteners. Digestive issues from ultra-processed ingredients your gut can't recognize. Cognitive decline linked to excessive sodium, sugar, and chemical-laden diets. Fast food chains depend on you thinking short-term, about your taste buds, not your bloodstream. But their long-term impact is quietly costing you more than you realize. Red flags to watch for at any chain. Even if you're in a hurry, look out for these telltale signs. Your fast food meal might be more dangerous than it seems. Ingredients you can't pronounce. If the label reads like a chemistry class, put it down. Bright artificial colors, red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1 aren't just unnecessary. They're banned or restricted overseas. Natural flavor as a catch-all. This vague term hides anything from MSG to synthetic additives. Overly long shelf lives. Fresh food isn't meant to last 3 months in a freezer. What can you eat instead? Let's be real. We all have busy lives. Fast food sometimes feels like the only option. But healthier, smarter alternatives exist. Even within chains. Chipotle offers customizable bowls with simple whole ingredients. Just watch the sodium. Panera Bread, some cleaner options and transparent ingredient lists. Sweet Green, Cava, more expensive but miles ahead in quality and nutrition. Local delis or Mediterranean spots, often fresher, with simpler ingredient prep. When in doubt, choose grilled over fried, water over soda, and bowl over sandwich. Final word. Fast food chains want you to believe it's all about convenience, but many serve up chemicals disguised as comfort, addiction disguised as affordability, and danger disguised as dinner. The worst chains, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Jack in the Box, and Sonic, continue to push profit over people, prioritizing speed and shelf life over safety and sustainability. You deserve better. Don't let flashy ads and $1 menu items blind you to what's really happening behind the counter.